Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's your man James, aka JP, back again with the toy room, and as you can see, I am looking a little tropical with this brand new Jurassic Park shirt that I got, and that's because we are going on a cruise. That's right, we're going on a cruise. I'm going on a Royal Caribbean cruise to the Bahamas for the weekend, and I put a poll on my community tab asking you guys if you'd be interested in me making vlogs from the cruise, and most of you said yes, so that's pretty much what we're gonna do. The cruise is out of the port of Miami. I am in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, so it's only like a 30-minute trip for me, so we're gonna go ahead and hit the road. And I don't know the exact style of how this vlog is going to be, but we're going to go ahead and do a vlog, probably a tour of the ship today, just kind of giving an overview of the ship and everything, and then as we go on through the days, obviously showing you guys what we're doing on the island. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and hit the road and make our way to the port of Miami. Alright, you guys, so I'm filming this section actually on a different day than I filmed the intro, so that's why my hairstyle is completely different. But we just came back from dinner, and I wanted to give you guys a quick tour of what our room looks like, but also some fun little things that the people who clean and take care of your room throughout your cruise do for you. So let's go ahead and do a quick room tour, and also I'll show you guys the surprise that we got once we walk back into the room. Alright, so I am standing now right at the front door. The front door is literally right behind me, so as soon as we walk in, we saw this cute little dog right here, and this dog is actually made out of one of the towels that is throughout the room. But another fun little thing they do is that if they can find anything in your room to use creatively, like that you might have left out or whatever, to do these little like towel puppets, they actually do that. So these are Christina's glasses that they put on the dog, and it's honestly like the cutest little thing ever. But go ahead and take a quick look at the room. We have a basic room. I didn't bother paying for like a balcony or anything like that. We just have a simple stateroom, and the reason we didn't get like a balcony is because for the little amount of time that you actually spend in the room, it's really not really worth the extra money for us personally, because we're pretty much out of the room the entire time. But coming right here, when you walk in, you have a little closet, and right now it's just hanging up a bunch of our dry clothes, or wet clothes I should say. It's drying our wet clothes. But you have ladders here. So if you have more than 2 people staying in the room, there are actually some beds that will pop out from the ceiling, and then it's basically converts into bunk beds, and then you use the ladders that are in here to climb up to there. You also have a safe and some life vests just in case of an emergency, and that's pretty much it as far as the closet goes. And then right across from there you have the bathroom, which if you have never been on a cruise before, cruise bathrooms are really nothing special. They're honestly very, very tiny, but you have simple stuff like towels falling over. You have the toilet right over here, the sink here, me in the mirror right here, and that is pretty much it. And then you have the shower, which has these pools like little rotating doors type of things, so I like that. That's really cool. It closes with the magnet. But yeah, there is the shower right there, so nothing too special with it. And then go ahead and close there. You have a nice little desk area, and also a little vanity area with these lights that turn on right over there. And then of course just like drawers with tissues and stuff. I didn't even know these were in here, but little drawers for storage. This one doesn't open for some reason. But vanity section here, you have your TV that does swivel out, so you can watch it while laying in bed. You also have just a bunch of little storage spaces. You have this shelf up here. I didn't even know we had a fridge in here. Look at that. So we have a fridge, and it's funny because the fridge is like a wood grain that blends in with the cabinet. We pretty much on cruises never use any of this stuff, so that's why I didn't even know that was there until I just checked. You have a full body length mirror so that you can see yourself before you go out to dinner. Lighting all over the room, and then king size bed, and little nightstands on each side, and little lamps, and then mirror and painting. You also have some curtains here, so if somebody is sleeping and you don't want to disturb them, you can sit right here on the couch and just hang out like Christina's doing right now. And that is it. That is the room. It's very small. It's very basic. The room itself, it is small. The room is fine. Like, it's just enough size for what you need. The bathroom is small, but that's with pretty much every cruise line. You're not going to get really a big bathroom, and it's not small where it feels cramped. Like, it's definitely enough space to do what you need to do in here. So And that's the room. The only downside to not having a balcony or anything is that at nighttime, when it's time to go to sleep and turn all the lights off, it is literally pitch black in here. So you can't see anything if you wake up in the middle of the night. So what we do is actually turn on one of these little lights right here and just kind of face it towards the wall, just to have some sort of light in here, because if not, it's literally pitch black in here because, well, yeah, as you can see, no windows in here. So that's it for our room tour. Alright, you guys, and now we're going to take a tour of the ship. Now I have to do a voiceover for the rest of this section because all over the cruise ship they're playing music. Obviously, you know, it's kind of like one big party, so pretty much everywhere you go on the ship they're playing music, so I just had to do the voiceover to avoid any copyright issues. Now right now we are on deck number 5, and this is known as the Royal Promenade, and it's basically like its own little like town, own little city, if you will. So it's got a bunch of different shops and restaurants, from pizza places to Ben and Jerry's, and just a whole bunch of different like just restaurants and shops. It's really like its own little town. It's very, very cool. I love the vibe. You even have some bars and whatnot. You saw earlier there was a staircase that leads you to the casino, which we'll take a closer look at a little bit later. But I just love all the lighting and even the little like girl diving into the water from the ceiling. I just think that sculpture is so cool, and with the blue and purple lights, it really makes you feel like you're underwater. I love this classic car with the 2 little teddy bears inside. But yeah, just really, really cool. Like, you have just a classic car sitting in this little like outlet, almost like mall, little shopping center in the middle of a cruise ship. I just think it's the coolest thing ever. Right here in the middle they are selling like watches and merchandise. They have their own like Royal Caribbean store as well. Here is the Ben and Jerry's on the left hand side that I was mentioning earlier. Ben and Jerry's is an additional cost. It's not included with your price of the cruise, but it is there if you did want to get Ben and Jerry's. And like I mentioned before, they also have a bar and a pub, which is basically the same thing. And then they have this cafe, little coffee shop right over there. And then shore excursions you can purchase. If you didn't purchase beforehand, you can purchase them on the ship, which are basically things that you like, extra activities that you can pay for, which I have one booked for tomorrow's video. We're taking jet skis out, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And then right here is just kind of like the customer service desk on the left hand side, and this really cool little bridge that we're about to walk through. You can see the Royal Promenade or Promenade sign right there, and again this little like walkway bridge type of structure right here. It is really cool. It lights up and everything. It would be even better if it lit up as you stepped on it. It just looks like it's meant to do that, but it doesn't. But still really cool, semi-translucent right there. And then you have that little like lounge area to your right hand side right there, and then that leads you into the main dining hall straight ahead, which is where you're going to go for your formal dinners every night. Now they're not mandatory, but they are included in the price that you pay for the cruise, so you might as well take advantage of it. And the food there is excellent. We eat there every single night, and I really love this little 3D image of the cruise ship right here, so you can see where everything is and what floor you're on. I just love the way that that is laid out. And like I mentioned, you have the main dining room right over there, and the menu changes every single night. Some stuff stay the same, but there are stuff that rotate, and every night is like a different thing on the menu. But here is a look at what's on the menu, and again, that was all included in the price of your cruise. Now right over here you have Playmakers. This is on deck 4. This is right below the deck we were just on, and this is basically your traditional sports bar. So you obviously have just tons of screens, big screens showing all the different sports. I watched game 7 of the Boston Celtics and the Milwaukee Bucks in here. It was great. And then you have an arcade section, which you guys know I had to take a quick video of. And then you have another entrance to the casino. Now unfortunately you're not allowed to record in the casino, so I didn't do that. And one really cool feature with the elevators, you can see it says Sunday right there. It tells you every day of the week, like what day it is. It says it right there on the floor, because you have to think you're on a cruise. A lot of people don't bring their phones with them and whatnot. So that's just really cool, and something I would never even think to do, but it makes a lot of sense. And then here we are at the pool. Now I did this clip here early in the morning because it was just less hectic out there, not a ton of people. So I thought this was a good idea to just do it early in the morning and not have to deal with the crowd of people that are here at the pool. And this is on deck number 11, and then the upstairs section is deck number 12. But you have the little kiddie area right here on your right hand side. Your traditional just little like kid water park almost. It's not even much a pool, but you have a couple slides and some splash pads right there. Really fun area. And then on the back side of that you have the adults or the teenagers section, I guess, a section that's not meant for children. and that is a section with your pools as well as your jacuzzis or hot tubs. There are a ton of jacuzzis and hot tubs throughout the whole cruise deck right here. Just a bunch. There's just 2 right there. I think there's 2 more on the other side of it, and there's probably like another 4 to 6 on the other side, and then they have 2 different pools. Now the pools, granted, aren't that big of an area. You can see right there, there's that one pool, and then on the other side of it there's another pool that's the exact same size. So the pools aren't really that big, but they don't really need to be because they're never really crowded with people in them, to be honest. Most people pretty much spend their time in the hot tubs, which is, I guess, why there are so many hot tubs versus actually, you know, like probably like, I want to say there's at least 10 hot tubs and there's 2 pools. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense right there. And then you have other little restaurants and stuff, and obviously seating with the tables over here, as well as the little like patio lawn chair type of things. And then to your left, we're gonna go into the solarium, I believe if that's how you pronounce it. And this is basically the adults only section, and it's just a nice peaceful getaway. Now I don't have any audio from this because, like I said, I'm doing the voiceover, but the solarium is actually a really nice secluded area where you don't have any music blasting. You have this nice private hot tub, which is almost like an infinity hot tub, the way it kind of goes over the edge of the cruise ship, which is really cool. And like I mentioned, this is an adults only section, and it's just a nice getaway because it's nice, quiet, and peaceful. There are no parties happening here. It's just a nice spot if you don't want to be part of all of the noise that's going on with the regular pools and having to deal with the children as well. You have to be 18 years or older just to get into that solarium section. Now going back out to deck 11, we're going to take a walk up these stairs and go up to deck number 12. There's not really anything up here, it's just the upper deck, but this is the deck you're going to want to be to get the best view of the water and also to overlook the pool area as well. It's just a really good section to be at. So you can see here we take a nice overlook at everything. This is literally just like a walkway filled with chairs, and obviously you have great views of everything. It's not the highest deck on the ship. There are decks that are higher, but this is the like middle portion of the ship here. The higher decks are on kind of the ends of the ship, but of course you can see the Carnival cruise ship that was right across from us, and you just get great views of the beautiful sky. I mean, it's amazing. And then at nighttime they actually have movies that play here, which I think I inserted a clip that's going to be coming up shortly. But every single night they have 2 different movies that play at 2 different times, and the movie of this night specifically was Disney's Encanto, and it plays on that big screen on the left hand side. And actually here's the clip right here, so you can see Encanto playing. And then this is going up to deck number 13, I believe, and this is going to have your basketball hoop as well as your ping pong tables, rock climbing walls, and water slides. All of this on a cruise ship. It's standard, but if you've never been on a cruise ship, it's just amazing to see all of this stuff. So obviously, like I said, you got your basketball court over there, a full-size basketball court, and then you have these really 2 water slides. I've done both of them previously. We didn't get to do them this trip because, as you guys can see from the floor, it was raining, so they were closed, unfortunately. And then you have the Flow Rider, which is basically like a surfing simulator type of thing. I'm sure you guys have seen all of that before. And then this is the staircase that you will take to go up into the water slides. Like I said, ton of fun. 2 really good water slides. You actually go pretty fast on them. So and then here is an up close shot of the rock climbing wall. Now this I actually haven't got around to doing yet, but definitely next cruise that we go on, I am going to do it. It's just you need clothes, like you need sneakers and the proper attire in order to do it. And every time that I'm on that deck, I'm always in like a bathing suit and flip-flops. So over here to the like arcade section and the children's section, you have this really cool walkway with those rainbow lights, and then you just have these really nice signs, just little decorative stuff all over the place. This is basically the children's area, so you have the little playground over here that you can take the children to, and I believe the little daycare section is back here as well. And you have a lot of like the teenage clubs and the arcade. Now the arcades, there weren't really anything special in there, and there was a bunch of people in there, so I didn't want to go in there to film. And then coming up here you have Johnny Rockets, and that is self-explanatory. It's the Johnny Rockets restaurant. And there's still a ton of stuff all over the ship that I could have gone over, but I just kind of filmed all the areas briefly that I personally went to. But there's still like a Royal Theater and a whole bunch of other stuff. There's so much stuff to do on the cruise ship. It's actually very hectic and time consuming to try and get everything into one video.
But that was a majority of everything on the Freedom of the Seas. Now make sure you guys stay tuned for tomorrow, because we are going to Coco Cay, and we had a blast. I have a great video coming up from Coco Cay, swimming in the water, riding jet skis, ton of fun. So make sure you guys are subscribed and have the notification bells on so you can get notified anytime I upload a new video. So that's pretty much going to do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. That link's in the description down below. And I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. So as always, guys, stay tuned for more, and I'll see you guys next time.